Testing, hot outbound car, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to hear?
Are you ready?
Make the approach. Plant your feet firmly in the ground. Head down. Eyes on the ball. Relax. That's it. Get your left arm straight. Your right arm straight. Relax. Lower your right shoulder. Go!
The Honeymooners Podcast, the only podcast that is all about the greatest show of all time, with the stars, Joe Conti and Louis Fatts.
Welcome, fellow raccoons and members of the Women's Auxiliary. What's happening, all you Hurricanes, Bensonhurst Bombers, and all you Herbert J. Whitesides of the world? You're listening to the Honeymooners Podcast with me, Joe Conti, and my pal Louis Fatts.
It's all the good stuff.
The only discussion-based podcast all about the greatest show of all time. We record in the Non-Productive studios, sort of, in Clifton, New Jersey. Subscribe to the show where you get your podcast, and if you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and leave a positive review. And our home base is the Non-Productive website, which is Non-Productive.com, and also like our Honeymooners podcast Facebook page. And what's going on, Lou?
Oh, we're back. I mean, a lot of people out there they're just chomping at the bit for us to come back. And we're here. We are here. It is episode number 33. It's been over a month. And obviously, we all know why. And we just want to say, hopefully, all of our fellow raccoons and friends and listeners, everybody's healthy and safe. And but we're obviously doing this remotely. You're going to be able to, you can tell from hearing us, it doesn't sound exactly like we're used to hearing. But you can still hear all of our own flubs. They'll come through loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. But so the only good thing I'll tell you before we even get started is that we because we're going to be doing this remotely now, we have our own little system that the station manager hooked us up with. So we'll probably be able to do maybe some more episodes. We're probably going to make them shorter because we're not going to have the exact chemistry of being in front of each other and having the, everything being exactly crisp and on time. There's always a little bit of a delay when you're using these things, but we're definitely going to do some more episodes. We might just do, we might just be like, hey, what are you doing Sunday? You want to do an episode? And we'll just bang them out. So they might be a little shorter, but that's okay. We just want to do some more episodes.
Yeah, it's the what bothers me, Joe, most is just the choppiness of it, because we can't really play off each other like we normally do, but we'll get through this and we'll do the best we can, and I think everybody will enjoy it. Just hearing this again. And right. Joe, before we get into it, I just want to thank a lot of people out there who've been really good on our website. People who have been emailing and I'd like to really thank Ira. I'd like to give Ira a big thank you. Ira's been really good through all this, commenting as he always does, and he's actually been promoting us on other sites too, on the other Honeymoon sites. So thank you, Ira. You're a good guy.
He's a raving lunatic, and I love him.
Yes, he is, and he goes back and forth with you all the time, which is good. And
love it.
I'd like to also thank Kevin and Joel, Norm, John. And our new listener, Ted, who's really been into it, has always been bugging us to get us to do it remotely. So we figured it out. Me and my 8-track world, we figured this out. So hopefully everybody enjoys it.
Gary's been good to us too. He's always
Gary. Yes, our man Gary. Yep.
Yeah, yep. He's always tagging me in like certain things so I can see like a video that he commented on. It might be like a really cool Honeymooners thing or whatnot. So all those guys, Brother Norton, Joy from the they've been great to us, and we hope everybody is doing well and everybody is hanging in there until we can get through this.
Yes. We hope we give you a couple of laughs today. We'll try, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how this one, our first one, goes.
Yeah, like we were saying right before we went on, and I was telling Lou, like, we could tell everybody we might be able to do more of these because now we don't have to schedule going down to the studio and everything. And I said, how hard is it going to be with a retired guy and another guy that works 5 hours a day? It's going to be tough, yeah.
Yeah, really. It was quarantined.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing today? Nothing. Hey, me neither. Beautiful thing.
Joe had asked me how I was doing in the quarantine. I said, well, Joe, it's basically retirement with a mask. I wear a mask now.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same as it was 4 months ago.
Now Louis is robbing cold cuts at the ShopRite with his mask on.
Got super sod in my leg. Oh man. Okay, what do you say, Joe? We get to the meat and potatoes of this?
Yeah, might as well, right? Let's get going. We got a couple things.
Let's get it going. Yeah. What do you want to do? Start off with the observation? We'll start with that.
Absolutely. Because I know all I know is what you're like observing, but I don't know your observation yet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep, we're gonna play the clip. It's and actually we didn't realize it, but when you listen to it, the clip almost is kind of emulating or reflecting how everybody is feeling right now, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yep. It's from the Brother Ralph, and it's well, we all know it. So here we go.
Ralph, never mind him. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna live on until this layoff is over? Suppose it does last a month.
Well, we just gotta face it. Just have to cut out this high living.
High living?
Yes, high living. We'll just have to cut out a few luxuries.
All right. How about you giving up bowling?
Now, let's not get panicky. Let's face this thing intelligently. There's just one way to do it. Got to find out how much money we owe and how much money we have. Then we deduct the money that we owe from the money we have, and the money we have left is what we're going to live on. Now, where are the bills? And I'll start fixing it up.
In the top drawer.
Very simple. Nothing to get excited about. Just remain calm. Well, here. That's $4.95. Here. $1.95 and $50 and a high. All right. That comes to $186.32. Now that's what we owe. Now we have to deduct that from what we have. Now this is an emergency, so we got to take into consideration all the money we have. Whatever we have in war bonds, whatever we have in the bank, whatever you have hidden around here, all the money we got in our Christmas club, all of it. Now, all of that lumped into one big ball amounts to what?
$12.83.
$12.83. You sure that's all of it?
That's right, Ralph. That's all, including 3 Indian head pennies and a 2-cent stamp.
You don't know how to handle money.
Of course I don't. I never had any practice.
All right.
Okay. All right. That's the clip, and it's a great clip. Just a really funny scene. Okay, now here's the observation.
Before you do your observation, there's one thing that I noticed today when I was watching this, is when he starts counting, at one point he goes, yeah. He does this weird type of a thing. Like he's adding, he's like 32 and yeah. Yeah. It's very funny. So anyway, observation. Go ahead. Louis' observation.
Observation, Joe. Here we go. They add the bills up, $4.95, and then he does the other thing. It comes out to $186.32. Now, in today's money, that's $1,780. Here's the observation.
Oh my
What
God.
the heck does he have that he owes $1,780? He doesn't have a car. His apartment has nothing. Where is this amount and where did it come from? What could he possibly owe? His rent is about $35 a month. He can't be in arrears of that. Bowling, Raccoon Lodge. Where does this $1,780 come from? That's the observation.
That's a great.
They could have said, "All right, we owe 30." You could have said we owe $36.32. That would have been more like palatable. We've said in the past that when it comes to numbers and especially dollar amounts, they just threw things out there, and I guess nobody thought of it at the time except us 65 years later. But it's just a funny thing when you put it in today's numbers. Nothing.
Yeah, because
Nothing.
they look realistically, right? Like you said, they probably had, like you said, maybe what do you make? $62 a week. So even if it was 1 week's worth of or even 2 weeks worth of pay that they owe, but that's still like a lot.
Yeah.
But you know what it is, and we know what it is, that $186.33, it's such a disparaging number compared to the $12.80. What is it, $12.83?
83 cents in the bank.
Yeah. So that's what it was. And
this is a time when there's no credit cards. All right, they did buy things on time, but even if he bought his icebox on time, what could it have cost? $20? He's going down to the store and giving him $1 a week. Everything was cash in those days. It was cash. He has no car insurance, probably no other insurance, no life insurance. Got nothing. He's got the 39-cent electric bill, the 93-cent gas bill. Where did $1,780 come from?
I know, it's so great.
That's the observation.
But that's a great observation. And it's a numbers observation, which is even better because, we all know the numbers, we know the punchline because even though the $12.83 is the punchline, but the setup to the punchline is the $183.32. That's the setup to the punchline, and that's what makes it so good. What a great observation, Lou. What a great observation. So we figured today would be the perfect time to try out the newer bit that I think we did it once, and we really didn't come up with the real name, but we kind of came up with we kind of called it Cramsons of the Future, right? Or the present day
2020, whatever it was, something like that. It's been so long, I forgot.
And basically, it's just what would the Cramdens be arguing about if they were around today in the modern age? Just in the Cramden universe, like what would they be arguing about? Like, nothing social, no politics, just what they would be arguing about as a couple because
of their everyday living, just in their everyday, sense of living.
Especially because Ralph was such a hothead and he would just blow his top over, any little thing. And we figured today would be a perfect day to maybe think, what would the Cramdens be like today, actually today, in April of 2020 during a quarantine? Could you imagine? I'm not talking about anything else, nothing to do with any sickness or anything, just the fact that they are stuck in that apartment, right? Because first of all, he is an essential worker. So Ralph is going to be working.
Sure, I didn't think of that, Joe. I didn't think of that.
He's going to be even more miserable because he's got to go out in this. And he's going to be like, I'm up and down Madison Avenue with a ski mask on of some sort, So he's probably aggravated that he's got to wear a mask and he's out there and he's in the elements. And Then when he is home, he can't go nowhere, right?
No.
Bowling alley.
He's locked into the apartment, like when he used the rent in the rent strike. He's locked in an apartment.
Yes. Yes, except he doesn't have to slide down the bedroom window to try to go to the deli. Right, yes. But he would be losing his mind. Like, I can't go bowling. I can't play pool. What's this social distancing? This is a bunch of nonsense.
That would be like a great line for Ed Norton to say to him. I'm saying, you believe I got to be 6 feet from each other, from everyone? Ed would probably say to him, well, that shouldn't be too hard for you.
Yes, it would be a perfect
fat joke.
It would be a perfect fat joke. Hey, I'm the closest anybody can get to Ralph Cramden. You know what I mean? He can, and he can't even go to the Raccoon Lodge.
Joe, you mentioned it. You mentioned Raccoon Lodge, pool, bowling. Here's a guy. We've said this before on previous podcasts. Here's a guy who's never home at night. Never home. Always doing something. And here now he's locked in. Because that's basically his life. His life in that blue collar, Brooklyn world that they live in. The lodge, bowling, pool, like you said, maybe hanging out someplace else. That's their life. Yeah. And you're taking his whole life away from him right there. That whole life's being taken away.
And then can you imagine Alice listening to that, like him ranting and raving, and then I could picture it would almost be like in an episode. She'd be like, "What are you complaining about? I've been in a quarantine for 15 years." You know what I mean?
Yes. Joe, he's got no TV, no telephone. Think about what our quarantine would be without a television. Think about it. He's got nothing, not even a telephone to talk to somebody. Nothing.
Yeah, it's like we at least have, like, not even the television and radio. We have our phones. And not only do we have personal phones that we can talk to everybody we want to, but we also have email, social media, YouTube.
YouTube on your phone. I mean, it's like I got a little TV in your hand. It's, he's got nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Alice would have to go on, if she could go on YouTube, to watch reruns of the Honeymooners that she was already on,
Oh man!
I think it sounds like it would be so funny to watch, like him just at ranting and raving and back and forth and giving the old shoveroo when he pushes them with the back of his hand. Forth. Oh, would be just great. Absolutely.
Joe, think of this, Joe. Now, would Norton come down to the apartment?
I don't know.
That's another thing, because here it is. Norton's such a big part of his life. Would he be able to come down to the apartment just to talk to him? Not to yell out the window.
What's the matter? Yelling out the window is too good for you?
The only thing good about it is that his mother-in-law can't come over, and he'd be happy about that.
Exactly. Yeah. We'll be social distancing with that old battle axe. Yeah, so I figured it would be fitting and appropriate, and just to kind of talk about what they would be like. So as bad as we think we got it, I think we're okay. Because can you imagine poor Alice? Be terrible.
Oh man. Oh God.
Well, now I figured we would have at least to do one trivia question, right?
We'll do a trivia question, sure.
Yeah, because look, we wanted this is our getting back to know you guys and getting back and getting back into doing the podcast and doing it differently until further notice. So we figured this would be a perfect way to say hello and thank you for all the support and all that. Yep. Now, trivia. We're gonna go with a one question, right? And we're gonna
do a one question trivia. Yeah, we're not gonna do a
no rapid fire or anything now.
We'll save that to when we're back in the studio. When we're gonna just go with a one question trivia. Ready, Joe?
All right, I'm ready to go. Here we go.
Okay. All right. Again, from Funny Money. Seems like we draw a lot of stuff from Funny Money. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Ralph, all right, he finds some money, right? He thinks he's a millionaire, right? Thinks he's a millionaire. How much money is actually in the bag, according to Boss?
Oh, I know this one. $50,000.
You got it.
Now, as a side note, that would be what, a $450,000 today? Somewhere around
$450,000. Yeah, about $450,000 in today's money.
It's not. He called himself a millionaire.
A millionaire.
Wouldn't he be a millionaire today? Even with
not even a half a millionaire.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a millionaire.
A millionaire for
pizza for
oh. Oh man. Okay, Joe. So that's it for that part. You want to do anything else, or you just want to just wrap it up? And
yeah, I think we should wrap it up. And but now this is great because now we can do more of these. And
we can.
Yeah. So
we'll get better at it too as we get used to this format. We'll get better at it. Hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We will. And I'm sure you know what? Hopefully even more people and I'm believing that because our Facebook page, we keep getting more and more people being a fan of the Facebook page. And I think that more and more people are finding out about the show. And so it'll be just more and more people that are really enjoying it. And, just keep spreading the word. That's all I got to tell you.
Hopefully one day we'll get back in the studio soon and we'll make this like our normal top-notch production.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring back Flub of the Week. We'll work on it. We'll get better.
Absolutely, yeah. And we got so much material, and even some material that some listeners have given us. Some observations.
Suggestions. Yep.
Yeah. So
suggestions from people like Joel and a couple of people. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody who's been listening and supporting us. We really appreciate it. And all the Facebook groups and all that. And I think that's it. So that's it. And we'll see you guys next time.
At all.
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer, Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.